Yo, what's up? This is your boy Postman. You're tuned in to Post in the Diary Room. Welcome to Post in the Diary Room. And as you may know, every day is a good day to get a delivery from the Postman. And if this is your very first time tuning in, please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content. So today's review will be on Usimamane's EP called 19th. And this is obviously 7 tracks long. And this offering is basically him introducing himself to the rap game. The project opens up with the song titled Life Lately Part 2, and this is a song where Usimamane just gives us a life update on what he's been up to lately, and he also lets us know that he's been in studio for a really long time, or he's always in the studio rather, and his mother's always complaining about that habit. And in the song he also reflects about past struggles that his family has been through, and also having to deal with rejection, but he doesn't get into the details of what that rejection is. But yeah, he's dealt with rejection, and for the most part of it, the beat just gives him the platform to just say whatever he say. Like Usimamane, which has a really vibey trap beat, and these fat 808s, Usimamane here is just calling us to be with him on this journey as he just proceeds to the riches, and he tags along with Tony Daimani. And if you don't know who Tony Daimani is actually a guy who just blew up on the internet, and he just became an internet sensation. And these two have teamed up before on a song called Ifilimu, which was actually one of my favorite songs from 2022. And on this song, Gibela Sambe, Something Is Coming, Tony just raps about how he deserves to be on every list that talks about the best lyricists in South Africa. And he also just goes deep into how he wants to blow and glow, obviously. But he says that doesn't matter because the dollies already love him, you know. And towards the end of the song, we have this voice snippet of this young lady telling Usimamane how talented he is, and she asks him when is he actually dropping the music. And by the time we reach the song Better, we already know that the tempo is actually up by a gear, and there's this uncle shouting clan names, you know. And besides the hook that talks about, you know, sleeping on the floor, counting money on the low, everything else for me was just a bit mad, you know. Yeah, I'm into that language switch that he does, you know, in the middle of raps. But I think, yeah, there's no key takeaway for me in this joint. While the step is for me is actually the best song on this project because it has a really lovely progression and these diverse bass hits as well as a clinical bounce at the very same time. Usimamane also plays around with the idea of being called Drake because he's at the top and he's untouchable. And to my surprise, Drake actually has a say in this song. I don't know what he says. You just have to go find out on the joint and you just have to tell me on the comments. But either way, man, I think for me, Usimamane just did the thing here and he was just cutting in. You know, he had some layers. He was just rapping non-stop and it was quite enjoyable. Just a joy, a pleasure to listen to. And I think the Luca Price feature for me was quite unnecessary because by the time he came on, Usimamane already did the things for me and the job was already done, you know. And I think it was similar to a rap relay where none of the artists were actually willing to pass the baton, because when there were moments in the song or while Usimamane was actually cutting in, there were moments where you just feel like, okay, pass it, but he did it, you know. But I think he just wanted to win the race on his own, and I think he just did that. And by the time Luca Price came on, the race was already done. The song Facts is actually laced with elements of being braggadocious because he actually throws shade on several rappers that he deems as nonsensical. And he's actually, you know, I think he's talking that talk here, you know. This is that rapper talk that no one really ever wants to get into, but he did that, you know. And most importantly, he just closed the song off by just mentioning how he wants to make his mother a millionaire or a millionaire, whatever you guys say, you know, millionaire. More to this, I think the least enjoyable joint for me was Ghost. I'm just wondering how it made the cut because I think the song is so horrible. Guabo could have been the 6th song on this project because I think surely Guabo could have been the 6th song on this project, you know. I mean, it is the last song on this project, but it just could have ended everything. Everything could have just ended on Guabo without the inclusion of a Ghost because it has these hard hitting snares, it has everything, and a beautiful hook, a nice hook. And surely, man, you can even feel, you can hear Usimamane's confidence in this song. You can just tell that it's at an all-time high. And I think at this point, he was just unstoppable, and he was just enjoying what he was doing. For the most part, I think he was making music that he would listen to, and I think he still has a lot of time on his hands. And I think 19th as a body just deserves a 6 out of 10. And him and Tony the Great should have something lined up, because I do think that the two of them have something electrical going on. Their chemistry is just out of this world. And also, the poor song arrangement is something that I think Usimamane needs to work on, because I don't think some of the songs were just arranged properly. However, I do feel like it is a solid body for whatever it was, and I just hope that whatever he does next, or whatever body he drops next, has a more particular sound, or a more directive sound. And of course, we have now reached the end of the review. Please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content, and most importantly, I'll see you on the next one.